Hello,
Okay.
ma'am. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm great. What about you?
I'm also doing great. I don't remember. Did we shoot a video earlier also?
Yes, I think 15 days ago we met for
I,
you. First of all, I would like to thank you to join me and accept my request. And I am very glad to see you here. Thanks
I'm
for
also
coming
very
on the
excited
channel.
to see you. Yeah, I'm also excited to talk to you today.
Yeah, and I was waiting since morning.
Okay.
And
So since
I have,
morning you have been
yeah,
okay.
I know very well about you, but I want to know about you for my viewers. They also know about you. So, would you
Okay.
like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, sure. So my name is Meenu. I have actually done MCA. So I was from a software development field. Currently, I am just running my YouTube channel, which is doing well. So I did a job in software development. Later on, I stopped. I left my job because of my kids. Then, after a few years, I started my coaching center, which was doing well. But then, after COVID, it all stopped. I mean, everybody stopped coming. Then I started my YouTube channel. So that's all about me. And yeah, one thing I forgot to tell you that I am from Delhi and I was born and raised in Delhi.
Oh, that's great. So, yeah, it was nice. I am very glad to hear about you. So, ma'am, just I asked a question like you did job and you left that because of your kids and you was running on your academy. So now this time your academy is also running, or you are running on the academy, or it was stopped now and you are only on the YouTube.
Actually, for 6, 7 years, I worked in my coaching center. I used to teach normal classes, normal subjects also. Plus, I used to teach spoken English also. But it was doing great. But after COVID, when nobody was coming, then I actually then now I'm only doing YouTube. I don't want to start the coaching center again. So now I'm not teaching there. So there are students, who keep asking me, but now I feel like teaching on YouTube.
So you have a spoken channel.
I
You
have
have a
my
channel.
spoken English channel, which is its name is Meenu English Speaking.
So, and there you only teach English, spoken language. Okay.
There
So
I
apart from
teach.
that,
Yeah, there I upload English conversation videos, daily use English sentences, and sometimes grammar videos also.
you provide online session also.
I used to provide online sessions also. I was taking paid classes also. I was giving paid classes also. But now YouTube is taking up so much time. Now I have stopped giving the paid classes also.
Would you like to tell me about your family? I want to know about you briefly.
Okay. So my husband is an IT head. He heads IT department for an MNC. That means multinational company. Yeah. And I have two children. My daughter is doing MA psychology and my son is doing BBA. He has just
Oh,
passed his class 12 and now he got into college and now he has started BBA first year.
so now they have grown up.
Yeah, they are grown up. Yeah.
So they
Tell me
are
about
grown.
your children. Tell me about
Yeah,
your family.
my children are small, and yeah, my son is of 7th year old, and my daughter is now grown up. Then she is ninth standard. She is of 13 years old. So I have difficulties to manage that, like learning of English and maintain the YouTube journey, and as well as the take care of them.
So how
My
many
son
YouTube
is small.
you upload YouTube videos regularly?
Yeah, alternate day I upload,
Okay. Okay. Hmm. So
and whenever I don't have time, so I that time I skip that time only. But I try to converse to everyone and upload, and because of that I am learning. If I have someone to have conversation, so that is a good for me because of the YouTube.
okay.
And
Okay. Can you tell me something? Do you always have conversations on Skype?
Yes, ma'am. I have Skype, so I have only conversation on the Skype app. And earlier I did not know how to use that. So I have to learn. I have to learn the how to use. Then I can handle it.
Actually, there is one problem. I also wanted to, have conversations on Skype. But whenever I do a conversation on Skype, it gets recorded. But when I try to edit it, do you edit your videos on KineMaster?
Yes. Sometimes
But
KineMaster. Sometimes I use BN.
sometimes you use.
PN.
Okay, so I was saying that whenever I try to upload a video which is recorded with Skype, then the voice and video they don't sync with each other. Does it happen with you?
No, ma'am. It is never happened with me. And yeah, it was happened with you on by the chance, by the chance, and it was the network issue that may have been that.
Okay, so you mean to say if there is a network issue, then it can happen. So has
Yeah,
it ever happened with you? Never?
no, ma'am.
Okay.
I never it was never happened with me.
Okay, so it never happened with you. Actually, I had 3, 4 conversations on Skype and it happened with every conversation. Then I
Oh,
stopped using Skype. So I also want to use Skype because on Zoom, if you want to record a video, then it has to be done on the laptop. On the mobile Zoom, in the Zoom mobile app, it cannot be recorded. So that is why I have to use the laptop whenever I want to have a conversation. But on Skype, you can do that only with the phone, right?
with the phone, or you can have the session everywhere anytime,
Yeah.
and you
So
don't. Yeah, and you
yeah,
don't need to take with
yeah.
you anywhere.
Correct. So I can't have conversations whenever I go somewhere because then I will have to carry the laptop with me.
Yes.
So this is why I want to be able to use Skype well. But whenever I use Skype, the voice and everything goes out of place. I don't know why my Skype recording doesn't work well. I don't know why.
So, ma'am, don't worry. Now you have uploaded. I think it may go okay. Hope so.
Maybe it works well this time. Let's
Yeah,
hope for the best. Okay. So
and I'm sure it will be happen.
okay, you are sure this will happen, this will work well this time.
Yeah,
Okay,
this will work well.
okay. So, how many videos have you uploaded till now on YouTube?
Till now, I think 230 around.
That's great. That means you have been working consistently and you have been working for a long time.
Yeah, and yeah, I have started it since January, but because of some reason, I have to stop that in the middle. And now 2 months, from 2 months, I am regular.
Okay, you started your channel in January, but then you, took a gap. You couldn't work on it. But for last 3 months, you have been regular. You have been
Yeah,
consistent. Okay.
yeah. I
So
am
with
trying to my best to learn this language.
you're trying your level best to learn this language. Okay, what else are you doing to learn this language?
Yeah, yeah, you know very well the four part is important for the learning English. So English reading, writing, and listening. So I do only three part like reading, listening, and the speaking. Reading part I always miss that because I don't have much more time to practice on that. So every time I skip reading, writing part. So I
Okay,
read books and listen the conversation video. Your video I watch, and some of the YouTubers that they are famous. They are very famous. So I watch that videos also. And in the speaking part, whenever anyone free to have conversation, so I speak with them.
okay. Do you make solo videos also?
And earlier I used to make, but for last 3 months I didn't make.
And do you do all the editing yourself?
Yes, ma'am. I do
Okay.
myself everything.
Okay. So
And
you do
I,
everything by yourself.
yeah, I do everything by myself. And I try to, Saturday and Sunday is only for my family.
Correct, correct. That's great. It should be that way only. Yeah.
Yes.
So do you have any questions for me?
Yeah, yes, ma'am. So, ma'am, when you started your YouTube channel, yeah, when you started your YouTube channel, you are a good speaker that time. So, when did you learn your English language, and how did you get the command on this language?
Actually, when I was in school, I was in actually class 6 or 5. At that time, I was very good in English. I used to score 100% marks. So I was a topper in English when I was 8 or 9 years old. So I was actually good in grammar. But by the when I finished school, then I realized that I am good in written English and I can score well, but I was not able to speak English because there was no environment in my school. It was a Hindi medium school. So when I
Okay.
got into college, there also I didn't get any environment to speak English. So then when I joined my job, I picked up a job. There it was I became a computer teacher. So there it was compulsory to speak in English. Hindi was not allowed. So there I got the atmosphere. I actually hesitated for a while. I was uncomfortable for a few months, but then I got comfortable. I was already good in grammar. I started speaking English in that office. So then, uh, then my English was improved, and then I slowly, got command over this language. So that's how I learned spoken English. Before
So,
that, I was only good in written English. Yeah.
okay, ma'am, initial day, uh, did you hesitate to speak in front of others in your office, in front of
Yes,
the
yes.
students? Did you
Yeah,
hesitate?
yeah, because I was only good in written English and I was supposed to speak in front of the class for 2 hours and there were some 30, 40 students. I was really nervous. So it was difficult for me. I used to speak 2 lines, then Hindi, then 2, 3 lines, then Hindi. Then my boss said, you have to speak English all the time. You can't speak Hindi. So, that was a little uncomfortable for me for a few months. But then it got better. And then I started speaking well. It became comfortable and now I can speak for, whole day in English.
That's good. And that time you feel very nervous. At that time you spoke right English.
I was good in written English. I used to
This one is
speak also,
spoken.
but a little bit. I used to speak like 4 or 5 lines, but continuously speaking for 2 hours, that
Okay.
I didn't know. That was difficult for me. I
Okay.
knew how to speak English, but that much I didn't know. So that was getting little difficult. But then I copied the other teachers. Then I used to copy the students also sometimes. I used to observe them how they are speaking English, how my boss is speaking English. So, gradually I started speaking English because it was compulsory. Everybody used to speak English. The students, all the colleagues, my boss, everybody used to speak English. So then I also picked up. So, if you go in some that kind of environment where everyone speaks English and English is compulsory, then
Yes.
you will learn English easily. Then it will, be difficult for a few months, but then it will be easier.
Yes, ma'am.
That's
When
how I spoke well. Yeah.
you got the environment, because of the environment you observe thoroughly,
Yeah.
and it was so amazing session with you, and I love that.
Thank you so much for inviting me today.
Okay, ma'am. Bye, ma'am.
Okay.
I
Bye.